Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am happy that you are here with me today as we look into what it is your heart wants you to know at this time. Please know the video is timeless, the reading is timeless. So whenever you have clicked on it, it is meant for you at that point in your journey. If there's any information throughout the reading that does not connect with you, I would encourage you to let that go. And if there is information that resonates with you, I would also encourage you to be open to receiving it and continuing to process it after the video is completed. Before we get started, let's focus on our breathing. As you inhale and exhale, you can ask Source or higher power or universe if there are any signs or symbols for you to see and receive. If you've asked a question prior to watching this reading or listening to this reading, you can ask Source for your heart to be open to the answers that may be revealed. As you inhale and exhale, focus on letting go anything that may be a burden on your mind and heart. And as you're breathing, release any tension or tightness, stress that you may be feeling throughout your body or in a particular area of your body. As we begin today, I will be using several decks of cards. If you're interested in any of them, the links are listed in the description box below. So we're going to start off with our tarot cards. Our first card is Six of Wands. Next is King of Cups. The High Priestess. Six of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. Karma, which is Judgment. And for our tarot, the last one is Page of Swords. So when we think of the Six of Wands, it could be believing in yourself. Your heart wants you to know to be positive. There could be good news. Wands often represent good news, messages. So there could be good news coming, a reward coming. You can see that through the flowers and the wreath. Looks like he's returning with good news from a situation or a battle. There's a reward there, success, applause. So maybe you are close to finishing a project and your heart wants you to know you've done a good job. Maybe you are volunteering or assisting someone or helping someone through something, and your heart wants you to know that you've done well, that you have been that support, that you have made a difference. It could also be if you are struggling right now with your emotions or things that are going on in your mind. It could be calling you to have a shift, to look at things in your life that are positive. Look at the things you do have and show that gratitude and be thankful for that as well. Next, we have our King of Cups. And our King of Cups is wise and generous, definitely a diplomat. You can see he has what looks to be a wand, almost a sword probably, in one hand and the cup in the other. He's sitting by the ocean, which is cleansing. So with your heart, what I'm receiving is wisdom. I'm sensing wisdom. Do you have it to share? Are you being called to share your knowledge, your truth, your experiences? Also, I'm receiving that it could be you need wisdom, you need guidance, you need healthy advice in the situation, and your heart is calling you to seek that. Also, with that diplomat piece, that communication, finding common ground. Are you in conflict right now? Relationship, work, just internal as well. Do you need to be willing to hear and not be one-sided in this situation? Is there a need to balance what is in your heart and your head? That could be a piece. I see, the shell is so large around the king's head. When we think of cups, they're cleansing, fluidity. So is there conflict between what your heart and your mind are saying right now? And there needs to be a moment of pause, a moment of allowing just your body to breathe, to kind of reset so that you can make a wise decision, kind of going, I'm sensing back to that wise, that not calculated, but a decision that has been thought through. Various outcomes, various solutions have been considered. Next, we have the High Priestess. Knowledge, information. When we think of the High Priestess, that higher power, instincts, intuition. If you're looking for symbols, there's moons, there's lilacs. It looks like possibly a fruit-bearing tree, an apple tree. The moon is below her. There is a black cat. She has a scroll. She's wearing a crown of the moon, full moon, and then crescents on the side. I'll hold it up again so that you can see if you've presented any of those symbols. So with this card, I'm receiving as well, like she is in the day and in the night as well. The day up top and the moon in the night below. So is there a need for that balance? Kind of going back to that King of Cups. Is there a need for that stillness? To trust what you know, to trust your gut or your instinct or your intuition? Is there a need to seek higher power? And you can fill in the blank what that looks like for you. Wisdom from others, family, friends, a professional. Is there that need for clarity so that there can be balance between what we hear in this card, day and night, our heart and our mind, our inner being, our outer being? Really, really strongly coming through on that card, friends. And it is a major arcana. So major arcanas in and of themselves, to me, really draw our attention to where it sits in the reading, as well as what is around it and the message that comes through. It calls our heart, our mind, our soul to really take heed with what the message is throughout the reading, and then the card itself. So definitely that piece of stillness, trusting, seeking that balance as well. Next, we have the Six of Pentacles. And with this card, definitely generosity, working together, community, family, sharing what we have, our goods, our wealth, that piece of kindness, caring for others, stepping out of our own self, seeing a need, seeing if we can help. So with this card, maybe your heart is saying you have the means to help. Are you listening? Your heart is calling you. I'm seeing it right beside, again, where they are, the major arcanas are in the reading. The High Priestess, is she calling you to that higher good, to that higher power to help those around you in your community, maybe outside of your community, internationally? You know what your skills, abilities, and materials, for lack of a better word, are able to give at this time to show kindness without the need for attention, without the need at times for acknowledgement. I think in the truest form of generosity, it's giving without recognition. It's truly giving from the heart. When we are able to do that, it takes away the ego. It takes away the pride. It's meeting a need without having to say, oh, look at me, because then that strips away a part of that gift. And there are situations where you can't avoid, individuals or a group wanting to thank you. That's not what I'm speaking of. What I'm saying is our own ego and our own pride saying, oh, well, look at me. I need that recognition. So also with this card, family, that's coming through, whether it's friends that are family or family by blood. When I speak of family, I refer to both. So is there a need to connect with individuals in your family, to sit, to talk, to share a drink, to share just time together without all the noise and the busyness of life around us? Your heart I sense that your heart needs that. If you have that available in your life, that will provide life and energy and laughter. Laughter is a powerful, powerful medicine, my friends. So maybe you just need to sit back. You have a good friend, a buddy, that when you're with this individual family member and you just laugh, you have that soul laugh. This is definitely coming through if it's speaking to you, to take that time to do that and not wait. Don't keep pushing it off. Maybe you're pushing it off. That's coming through as well. You said, okay, this weekend, oh, I'm sorry, I got to do that. Your heart is saying, you need this. It will do you well to take heed and stop pushing that off and really just enjoy that time. Next, we have the Seven of Cups. It's interesting. The illustration here has a wizard with it. So when I think of the wizards, that magic, the clarity, knowledge, wisdom, intuition, definitely intuition, making things happen. So it could be, again, with this card, going back to the High Priestess, seeking the wisdom that you need. It looks like there's, multiple choices, multiple options, avenues that you can take, you can consider. So seeking that clarity. It could also, speak of those options. Are you questioning if there's different? Should you be doing different? Should you be taking a different road? Your heart could be calling you to consider that as well. And if you have indecisiveness, with the wizard, he's reaching out, he's directing, definitely saying, don't stay stuck in that indecisiveness. It is time to make a decision. I think too as well, with a lot of options, a little bit on the flip side of that, have there been dreams that have not come true for you? And maybe you are stuck in that and not willing to consider moving forward, considering to begin again or look into options how to start over again. You know, with the High Priestess here as well, the King of Cups, one of, you know, action and intuition. Definitely reconsider that. Your heart is calling you for you to do that. Next, we have karma, which is judgment. So you can see the individuals are looking towards the moon, the sun behind it. It looks like an eclipse, so they're drawing off the energy and power of both, the clarity of both. So with judgment, is there an awakening in your heart, in your soul? Is there a need for more awareness, for more being in tune with what's going on in your own being, as well as the situation, the environment around you? Is there a need, when I think of the sun and the moon, you know, the beginning of day, the beginning of night, the end of day, the end of night as it turns? Is there a need to recognize you have fulfilled your purpose? The time has come to move on and begin something new. Maybe you are coming to the end of conflict. There's been a judgment. There's been something in your life that has crumbled, or something in your life that has been heavy, and you're coming to that end. You know, with that sun and the moon, and with their arms up, I'm sensing again that sense of gratitude. Even in the difficult times, friends, we need to be thankful, or do our best to be thankful for what we do have. And we may not understand why it's happening now. We may not understand the lesson that Source, Universe, our journey is trying to help us know and see. But in time, we will. Maybe, you know, months, it may be several years. So having that sense of gratitude, drawing on higher power as well, and really looking toward that new beginning, the newness, the new opportunity, the new chance. Also, when I think, you know, again, of that gratitude and the journey itself, is there a need for, you can see they're holding hands as they're thankful and drawing on the energy. Is there a need for accountability in your life? And you know what that's speaking to, that just came through very, very soundly. Is there a need to have someone support you, hold you accountable, be able to help you be thankful, help you go through a difficult step that your heart is calling and beckoning you to make? You know, with the sun and the moon, there is support there for you. You just have to open your heart and your mind to that and taking that step. Next, we have the Page of Swords to round out our tarot part of the reading. And pages are definitely, you know, message, energy, passion, that youngness, that inner child, curiosity. There's also on here a eagle if you're looking for signs. There's some Celtic drawings. Looks almost like a possible phoenix on the sleeve. I'm not 100% sure. I'll show it again. May just be a design. Waves of energy as well. So is your heart calling you to have that curious spirit, again? Find that inner child, playfulness, taking a break, enjoying nature, exercise, reading a book, knitting, whatever it is that allows you just to calm and have a moment to yourself. Is there a need to kind of going back to this sense of action, to go for it, that, you know, judgment, that accountability piece as well? Make that choice. Do not be indecisive at this time. Go ahead, go for it, do it. Even though the sword's not a bat, obviously, but it kind of looks like you know, a baseball player ready, waiting for that pitch, waiting for the action. So when the ball comes, that baseball player has to make a decision, has to go for it. So with this card, definitely that action as well. Move forward, take that step. If you're seeking passion, a new passion, this card here is saying go for it. Whether you need to pause first and seek higher power, seek information or knowledge, that is here as well. But I think definitely what's coming through is don't stay stuck. Make a decision, like the Seven of Cups is indicating as well. Do you have a new idea? Do you have an idea that you're wondering, should I bring forth at this point? Should I express? Should I share? Making that PowerPoint, making that Google Slides, presentation, whatever it is, this card here could indicate that your heart is ready. You're ready. You're ready to do this. Next, we have our cards from Whispers of Love Oracle deck. And our first card, interesting, says have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. So trust, if you practice faith, your intuition, your inner strength, that inner power, your higher source, the universe. There's beautiful butterflies. So friends, if you're going through transformation, maybe you are in the midst of doing the healing, you are addressing something that you've recognized recently or even a little while back that needs that inner work, that some shadows that need to be addressed, or that conflict that's inside you, you know, the head and the heart. Kudos. There's beautiful butterflies here to support that that transformation, that growth. And you can see the individual is just floating along. The fairy is floating along because there's freedom when we do that. The beautiful sunrise or set, or just the sun over the valley, peaceful valley. I think too, with this card, you know, with the butterflies above, your angels, that source, again, the sun and the moon, they're there. We just have to be willing to accept or reach out for it. If you practice that faith piece. Also with this one, I definitely am sensing that need to stay present. So whether it's perseverance, whether you need to weed out some external distractions, maybe you, again, kind of need to slow down a little bit, so that your mind can stay present in your current situation. Your heart is calling you to do that, to even pressure. I'm sensing pressure that's causing stress. Maybe you need to let go of a project, let go of a piece of your work environment, not continuing to say, yes, I'll do it. Yes, I'll do that. Yes, because your heart is saying it's too much at this time. There needs to be a release so that you can fly. You can have that calmness and going back to kind of just breathing in the air as well. Beautiful card. All right, I'm excited to see what's next. Sorry, the cards are stuck, friends. All right, our next one. Oh, I love you. It says, these are powerful words. Yes, they are. Some of the most powerful words that can be said. So with this piece, friends, it could be a factor of you need to say that to someone. Maybe you fear saying it. Maybe that other individual's heart is longing to hear it. Maybe you're one who feels, oh, it's not necessary. The person knows I love you. There may be, or love them, excuse me. There may be that piece. But let's look again at what the card says at the bottom. These, I'll hold it close so you can see them for yourself. These are powerful words. So words are spoken. Words aren't hidden, my friends. Words are spoken. So there is a need that your heart is calling you to take the step to verbally say those words. I'm also sensing, as I look at it, the angel, she has her hands over her heart. It could be that you need to say those words to yourself. Has it been a long time since you've heard them? I see all this beautiful stars, fairy dust, just the beauty of different colors in the background. Hopefully it's coming through for you. When we are calm in our own skin, there's beauty in that. Begin to say, I love you to yourself. It could be uncomfortable and weird at first. Continue to say it and see what it does for your heart and your soul. Also with this, with relationships, again, kind of going back to that piece, I'm definitely sensing that. Are you in a relationship, platonic or romantic, that those words have not been said in a long time? I'm definitely sensing these words can be said in a platonic relationship as well, a friendship. There's nothing wrong with saying to the other person, I love you, because you have that connection with that person. Maybe their heart is longing to hear that as well. Right beside have faith. Interesting. All right, our last one that came through is look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. Beautiful card, friends. Lot of symbols. There's leaf, beautiful pink flowers, the clear ball. Looks like almost pieces of ice have made her crown a rainbow through her hair. Lilies, calla lilies, it looks like as well. I'll hold it back up. Number 11 too, as well. Oh, sorry, numbers, have faith is 12, and I love you is 20. And this one is 11. So, this I am definitely receiving, dig deep. What is it with that heart and mind balance that you need to take that step, take action, make the choice, even if it's an accountability piece, but your heart is calling you to take that step. And what's really coming through this card is those vibrant colors, my friends. There's beauty. Again, I think I've said it several times. When we do that inner work, there's beauty on the outside. We are freer. We have a lightness to our spirit. We have more energy to give because we are at peace, at calm with our own self. We are content with our own self. Also with this card, that sense again of just disconnecting from what is causing you that stress. Going back to that piece that came through with the have faith right under the high priestess. There is that need to disconnect. Your heart, again, kind of at the outset of the tarot, is calling you to it. Almost, I'm sensing begging you to take that time as well. I think I see the individual in the ball, the clear ball here. Are you feeling trapped? Do you feel small right now? Seek, it's under the moon, under judgment. Seek source, seek support, reach out. Maybe you're one who said, no, I'm so used to being on my own. I'm so used to being independent. Well, there's plenty of cards in this reading, friends. If you're open to receiving it, saying, reconsider that. You'll find life when you allow someone else in that you trust, that you feel safe with to help you, to assist you, to listen, to go have a bite to eat together. And then that piece, look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. Interesting, we were talking about that accountability piece, and you know what that reference is, but taking that step, no matter how hard it is to move forward with that, you are stronger than you realize. Also with digging deep, you're stronger than you realize. We are resilient. So many situations that you can look at in the world, and you see resiliency all throughout. So that also is coming through. You are stronger than you realize. Maybe you fear because, no, I can't, I'm not strong enough, I don't know. Yes, you can, and you do. You do know, even if it's seeking support or professional support. Again, I'll say it, I've said it in other videos, there is nothing wrong with seeking professional help if needed. And then from our divine doors, I'm going to show you both sides of the cards because there's beautiful pictures on one side and then a message on the other. So this is our first divine door. Reminds me of like Italy and Greece. I think, forgive me, it looks maybe like an olive tree. I could be wrong. Cypress maybe, but the message is begin here. Do not fear what travel brings, my dear. The moment is yours. Begin now here. Interesting, because it's going to go right under that Page of Swords. If you're looking for confirmation, I'm not even shifting the cards. It's right there under that Page of Swords saying go for it. I'll read it again. Do not fear what travel brings, my dear. The moment is yours. Begin now here. So whether you are looking to relocate, you're looking to travel, even if it is in the moment is yours, begin now here. That step of action, whatever it is in your life. There's confirmation coming through right under that Page of Swords. Our next card. And this one says, change beckons. Wow. The path is shifting. The road leads a new way. Do not be alarmed as change beckons today. Could not say it any clearer, friends. That has definitely come through the reading today. The path is shifting. The road leads a new way. Do not be alarmed as change beckons today. Wow. And it's going to go so that you can see, well, you can't quite see it. I was going to put it under have faith, so I'll continue it here. But again, having that faith, trusting yourself, looking to your inner strength. Change beckons, and it's right beside begin here. This is our next one. And I would say, almost with the tarot, this is the most cards for this reading that have come out. So when I get a lot from a deck, and it's similar to the amount I've gotten from another deck, for me, that's indication, again, like the major arcana, to listen to the messages, in particular, of the cards that came through in a large amount. So this one says, forgive and forget. A ritual cleansing of pain and lies. Arise and awaken. See a new sunrise. I'm going to show that picture again. The light's coming through the door. We just have to be willing to walk through it. Forgive and forget. A ritual cleansing of pain and lies. Arise and awaken. See a new sunrise. So, friends, that has definitely come. Maybe there is a piece that you need to forgive. And forget, for me, is letting go. There's certain things in life that we can't forget. But that does not mean that we can't let go. It doesn't give power to the individual, the situation. It gives power to ourselves because we're choosing not to hold that pain, the intensity, the energy that it's just sucking from us. We choose to let go. So it could be that cleansing piece, whether you enjoy the ocean, a shower, a bath, exercise because it releases the toxins, meditation, yoga, you fill in the blank, that provides, taking a walk through nature, gardening, planting, whatever it is, digging your hands in the dirt when you garden or plant, whatever allows that connection and release. This card, your heart is calling for it. Arise and awaken and see a new sunrise. Interesting. We just had see a new sunrise, and here's the sunset. So for me, friends, these two cards are a confirmation of that judgment, that karma, the sun and the moon. It says sunset. Time here turns to release and unfurl. Old cords of pain fade as the sunlight burn. Wow. I'm going to show that card again. It's confirmation if you are one who looks for confirmation in readings. And I'm going to put it so that you can see it. I was going to put whatever card it was here anyway. Right by that forgive and forget. Arise and awaken. Time here turns to release and unfurl. Again, mind, heart, balance. Letting go of that pain. Old cords of pain fade as the sun's light burns. I'm not sure I could say any more on that. I think it's quite clear. All right, and our last card. It says, freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine sacred reason. So there you go, friends. Freedom flows when we put ourselves aside, when we focus on our growth, when we focus on helping those around us, making the world a better place, and dreaming those grand things for divine sacred reasons. Going back all throughout the reading, using our skills and our gifts, our abilities that we were given for the better good, for our higher good as well. That's when freedom can come. That's when our contentment and peace begin within our heart, or continue if that is what we have been choosing to do in our journey. So when we real quickly look at the suits, we have 2 cups that came through. Again, that cups represent healing, intuition, making a decision, definitely relationships with the cups as well, familial, platonic, romantic. So that is in support of the messages that came through. And we also had 2 sixes. Yes, 2 sixes. And 6s is communication, cooperation. It could be that support that came through. Harmony, so mind, heart balance, inner conflict, addressing that. And also 6s are kind of right in the middle. And it's that piece of you've begun, now you're in the middle, you have a decision to make. Are you going to keep holding on? Are you going to keep trying to control? Or are you going to let go? So then in the remaining numbers of 7 through 10, there can be that new knowledge. There can be that release. There can be that action and fulfillment. And then in the end, number 10, that completion, the end of a cycle, which then brings the new beginning. So the 6s, I really feel, are confirming what has come through in this message today. I know this was a little longer reading, friends, so thank you for staying with me. It was a lot of information. Sometimes the readings aren't easy to hear, but I hope that you know that it is for our higher good when the messages come through, because it is meant for us to be able, as I've said, to use our gifts and ability for the purpose that they are meant to be. As always, friends, love and light to you.